Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Overleveled Podcast.
Woo woo!
Oh, okay.
Woo, yeah.
A little different. Okay.
New, unique.
Yeah, bringing some new shit to the table, guys. This is exciting stuff. We're almost a year old.
I know.
Oh,
how crazy is that?
Yeah. Before we start talking maybe a little bit about that, how have you been, man?
I've been pretty good. Just been doing the old YouTubes on my side of things and working.
That's right.
But other than that, I'm pretty good. How about you?
Oh,
Gavin?
yeah, dude. We're snowed in. Or iced in.
We're
The ice is kind of thawing out now, but have you had to go to work the past couple of days?
Yesterday I did, yeah, which I immediately regretted.
Yeah. Did you have the choice?
Well, I mean, nobody really even told me anything because at first they were just like, yeah, still coming to work and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, sure. And then I came in and then one of the people who was there told me that literally majority of all the employees that were supposed to come in called out. It's like, well,
dang.
Fuck. But luckily a few people came in. So, but I mean, it was a very slow day. Yeah, it could have been me though, but it wasn't too bad at work. It was very slow, but
gotcha.
Could have been home though.
Yeah, I woke up really early because I got the promotion at my job, and so now I'm waking up an hour earlier every morning. So I was up at 5 o'clock.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I stepped outside and it was super fucking icy, and I was spending a good 25 minutes just scraping all the ice off my windshield because I didn't have a tool for that, because if you live up north, it's kind of smart to just have a tool like that to scrape up ice, just keep that in your car. It's not really an issue that we deal with all the time over here, so I just don't have anything to scrape ice off my windshield. Right. So I just grabbed a metal pole that was in the back of my truck and just started hitting my windshield with the fucking pole. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I just had the car running and the ice kind of de-thawing or whatever, or thawing or whatever. So I messaged my boss and I was like, "Hey man, I'm running a little bit late today. The ice is pretty fucking bad here in Georgetown." And then he was just like, "Okay." And then he gave me a call and he was like, "Hey dude, we're actually not even meeting today until 10 o'clock. And I was like, "Oh, huh. Okay." So I went back upstairs, and because I'm so accustomed to waking up so early, I never went back to sleep. So I just played a bunch of Octopath Traveler until my family woke up. And then my boss called me and he was like, "Hey, we're not coming into work today." And then later on in the evening they said, "Hey, we're not meeting for work tomorrow either." So fucking 4-day weekend, boys.
Hey, let's go. Yeah.
It's been pretty cool. Just mostly just chilling with the fam and playing Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, sounds like the dream.
It kind of is, man. Not gonna lie. It's been a very comforting little icy area. It's been better than last year for sure, because
100%. Yeah.
I broke my arm last year.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I stepped right on the sidewalk and slipped and fractured my shoulder and dislocated it and shit.
Yikes.
Yeah, been a better year so far. But yeah. So what you been playing, man?
Let's talk about that. So, I was still playing a little bit more Transformers, and stuff like that. I'm pretty much on the final level, and the annoying thing about it was it's one of those types of games where it's you got to collect a bunch of shit before you can even unlock the final level, which is what I have to do.
Oh, yeah.
The whole point of the game is you're trying to collect these things called mini-cons. And in order to fight the final boss, you had to collect at least 30 of them. And at the time, I only had 22. So I was like, Pokemon Arceus is about to come out. Let me come back to this, play that game, and then I'll beat the final boss of that game and stuff like that. But the main thing that I've been playing lately is both Pokemon Arceus and Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. With Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, pretty much the great thing about it, it's a game that's sort of more geared towards competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Players and stuff like that, because they plan to the true fans, yeah. Because they plan to try to use that to have actual sponsored competitive tournaments and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, that'd be pretty neat. It's pretty fun. I like it a lot. Definitely a lot better than the previous game that they had, Legacy of the Duelist, which for that one you had to pay for. It was $30. And this one is free. Master Duel is free across all platforms. I'm just like, wow. I can't believe I'm playing a game that is significantly better in every way and is free.
Damn.
Compared to that one. But yeah, no,
It's
Master
like,
Duel is a lot of fun.
Do you regret your purchase of the other one?
No, it was still a lot of fun. I mean,
Yeah.
to some degree I do. But it was still a lot of fun, but this one's just objectively better in my opinion in a lot of ways. And I like too how the story mode of it is where because normally in story modes of like games based off of anime, you sort of like go through the anime and stuff like that. And that was how the Legacy of the Duelist was, where you pretty much just like read a bunch of text, which I already know what the fuck is going on, so I didn't fucking care. But in Master Duel, what they do is like they have you go through the lore of the different like archetypes of the cards. So like you learned a bit about like all the different types of cards, like the Gem Knights, the Megaliths, all those different ones, and like play their deck styles and stuff like that, which is pretty neat. Pretty different thing to do, but yeah, Master Duel's fun. But what's even more fun is fucking Pokemon Legend of Arceus.
Okay, well hold on. we'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, I wanted to get a feel of what you've been playing right now, guys. Today we're gonna go pretty deep into DJ's experience with Pokemon. I'm really excited for that. We gotta hold our breath just a little bit longer though, because guys. I can't believe I haven't done this yet. But we have 2 Apple reviews.
Wait, what? Oh, shit.
We have 2 Apple reviews, boys.
Nice.
Okay. This is so exciting, guys. Thank you, everyone, for doing this. Before I go ahead and read these 2, just a reminder, guys, we are on Apple Podcast. Maybe that's where you're listening to this right now. Go ahead and drop a review. Give us 5 stars, everyone. That's how everyone can find us. If you think we're actually just a 1-star podcast, that's fine. Just leave us a 5-star and tell us how much you hate us in the actual review.
Yeah, no, that'd be tight. Yeah.
Yeah, give us the 5-star, but talk to us like you think we're 2 stars. Okay, first one comes in from Hailfront.
Hello. Hailfront.
Shout out to Hailfront. You know. Great podcast over there at the Loud Thumbs. He's been a great supporter of this show. He's in the Discord and everything, and he left us a 5-star review in November. I should have read this a while ago. I actually only noticed it like a month ago, but even still, I should have. Whenever I noticed it, I should have made a point to talk about it that episode. But anyways, Hailfront said, 5 stars, excellent RPG podcast. Very fun and informative show. These guys know games and these guys know games and that's what makes it great. Super funny with the banter and you can tell they are just having a great time. Highly recommend. Oh, hey. Yeah. Oh, shucks, man. Come on. Okay, next review, the one and only. One Pen Tones.
Oh, fuck!
What's up, One Pen Tones? Thank you so much for the 5-star review. He just says, title of his review, I love JRPGs. I really like hearing these guys talk about games. I need a new podcast, and they delivered all the gaming things I like. Keep it up, please.
Hey.
Dude. The please, man, that gets me. Absolutely.
Please.
This episode's for you, One Pin Tones.
The One Pin Tone special.
Absolutely. Yeah, so those are the 2 written reviews that we have on Apple Podcast. I'm not sure if there's another common place where people go other than Apple Podcast to leave podcast reviews. But if you want our show to include your review on the show, we'll read them and we'll thank you for them, even if they're 5-star reviews with 2-star review comments. We'll read those and we'll appreciate them.
So you guys are shit. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. So yeah, those are the reviews. Let's see. Now let's go ahead, since we're kind of already talking about people in the community and stuff. Let's go ahead and before we jump into everything else too, we have some news that we're going to do, but before that, we're going to jump into our question of the week. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this has kind of become a meme in my eyes because this podcast has kind of drifted away from being a week by week podcast and more just like a whenever we can get one out, we'll get one out to y'all. So sometimes it's question of the month. Sometimes it's question of the every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We forgot to ask one last week on the show.
Damn it. Oh,
But
fuck, we're stupid.
I know, it's fucking idiots. But after the episode was published, I went into the Discord and I asked a new question. And for everyone who doesn't know how we do this, basically with question of the week, either listeners or ourselves, we will come up with suggestions. We'll come up with questions that we can kind of be thinking about throughout the week, and then we look at what people say on Twitter, what people say on YouTube, and what people say in our Discord. It's mostly here in our Discord where people leave their responses, their answers to the question, but we read them on the show every week. So this past question of the week, since we were talking about our favorite games or just, the culmination of all of the games, the good, the bad of 2021, the question was, what was the best game that you played in 21? It can either be a game that came out in 2021 or not, or both. So if your favorite game was a game that came out 10 years ago, just your favorite games that you played.
Right.
So, Hailfront came in with, there are a ton of options here. Damn. I'm going to have to go with Halo Infinite, though. I've loved Halo since day one. Halo 4 to 5 took a bad dive in the story department as well as online presence. Halo Infinite, however, made the right changes and increased the amount of fun in all game types. The multiplayer is amazing. Big Team Battle is having trouble currently. Hot take. I'm not playing these games, so I'm not super in the Halo community. So I trust you, bro. I trust that's a hot take, bro. Yeah. You're risky business saying shit like that, Hailfront.
Come on, Hailfront. Come together.
I'm a fan of the events, and the Battle Pass isn't that bad either. The campaign, gameplay, and story were fantastic for single player. With the addition of open world and the G-Shot, it brings Halo into a whole new level of fun. Keep up the great podcast, guys. Stay loud. Thanks, buddy. Nice. Yeah, I know the new Halo has gone the open world route. Different from the other Halo games from what I hear. I've only played the very first Halo, and I know you're a PlayStation and Nintendo guy. So we don't have a whole lot of Halo knowledge, but I'm glad you're having fun, man. I hear that it's a good game. Tylerim says, the best game that I played in 2021 was probably Yakuza Like a Dragon. I played it mostly in 2021. Its characters and stories and systems are the best of the best in the Yakuza series, and I'm glad that mainline Yakuza will continue to iterate in the turn-based system. Loved all these glasses. I think you meant to say games. I'm just gonna assume you meant to say games. I loved all these games and the narrative lens to make. Wait, but now you're saying lens, so now I think you're actually talking about glasses. I'll just read what you wrote. Loved all these glasses and the narrative lens to make all of this work. A very emotional tale as well. If I had to pick one that dropped in 2021, it'd be Persona 5 Strikers. It's astounding how they made an action Musou game out of Persona 5, just like they made a dancing game out of Persona 4 and 3, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they made it for 3. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 and 4 I know have dancing. Don't 3, 4, and 5 have dancing games? No. Or just 3 and 5. I don't know. Anyways, and it's good with stories, and themes that somehow still line up with that of the Royal Edition content. It's also crazy how they made me want to actually interact with Yusuke. He's real cool to play. Cool. Nice. Yeah, I've talked about Yakuza a lot on the podcast as someone who's never played Yakuza, but just like as someone who really, really, really wants to play Yakuza.
Same, yeah. I definitely want to play those eventually.
Yeah, and like you said too, the fact that they're continuing the mainline games with turn-based like RPG combat.
That's tight.
That's so fucking cool.
That's cool.
And then with Strikers too. That's one that I will eventually play, but I have to play Persona 5 first. Okay. One Pin Tones. The best new game I played was Neo: The World Ends With You.
Oh!
I loved the first one on Nintendo DS, and this was a great continuation. The way they changed the touchscreen mechanics to buttons works so well, and with cool character aesthetics, I wanted to collect every item in the game. I also played South Park: The Stick of Truth and was surprised how great of an RPG it was.
Yeah,
the turn-based battles was simply but expertly developed. Exploring the town for weird collectibles was terrifically engaging. Some of the jokes were so crass they made me laugh out loud while playing. Dude, that's another game that I really, really, really want to play.
I played The Stick of Truth. That was a lot of fun.
Nice. Did you finish the game?
Yeah, I did. I did a while ago.
Nice.
A couple years ago.
Yeah,
I still need to play Fresher Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm like, I love South Park humor, and I don't know. I guess I wasn't that into South Park whenever The Stick of Truth initially came out, but now I love RPG games and I appreciate South Park a lot more as an older person.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a game that I definitely need to pick up eventually and just make my way through that. And yeah, Fractured Butthole too. I hear that one's good too. So. And then also Neo: The World Ends With You. I mean, that's a game that I was so fucking excited for. And then I still haven't played it. I have the game. I still haven't played it. Okay, guys. That was the question of the week. This is now where I would ask DJ, hey, what was the best game that you played? But we have a whole fucking podcast that you can go back and listen to. Yeah, I was going to say,
I hope you don't ask me because I'm just going to give the exact same answers.
Yeah. We liked, whatever. I'm not telling you what we liked. You have to go back.
You don't need to know.
You
got to watch it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for question of the week. Now let's go ahead and real quick talk about some news. Right before me and DJ started recording this episode, we kind of were talking about how there's not. I'm kind of changing the lighting in my room a little bit. That looks kind of cool. Ooh, okay. This is for the YouTube guys only. What's up, y'all?
What's up, guys? Fuck the audio listeners.
Okay. Anyways,
just kidding. No, you guys are cool.
So we were talking about some news. There have obviously been some releases, like DJ had mentioned. He's been playing Pokemon. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but for the most part, all of the news, it's mostly just kind of more trailers about stuff that we already know about. We have some upcoming game releases, like I think this month. I'm pretty sure this month. It's either February or March. Elden Ring is coming out.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's February.
Yeah. So that game is coming out incredibly soon. So just stuff like that. That's happening. But there's been some little news things here and there that I think might be worth kind of discussing just for a minute or two. One thing that I did notice, maybe DJ, you might have seen this in a recommended thing somewhere, but I'm sure you know the PC version of the original Final Fantasy VII gets modded all the time.
Yeah,
there are lots of mods that will come out. Like people will make the character models look like they're models from Advent Children or something, or they're models from Kingdom Hearts or the Final Fantasy VII remake, and they'll do like texture upgrades to the backgrounds and stuff to kind of make it their own Final Fantasy VII remake. One mod that came out in particular is a mod that makes everything in the game 60 frames per second. This is a mod that I like. I'm just so surprised that it hasn't come out before. You would think that would be one of the gameplay mods that people really tried to get working very early on in the modding community.
Right.
But this is fairly new, and so if you ever get some time, DJ, to kind of take a look at Final Fantasy VII like classic 60 frames per second. Actually, as I'm just kind of talking about this, I will copy this link, and I'll send it to you in the Discord. But this looks really good. I actually watched a tutorial of someone installing the mod. I haven't got a chance to check it out for myself just yet, but man, oh man, is it smooth. Like, because all of the iterations of the original Final Fantasy VII that has been released, you have the PS1 version, you had the PC version from back then, and now you have the Switch version, the PS4 version. But all of them are locked to that really low classic frame rate. I think it's 30 frames a second. I think maybe the menus are 60 frames, but the gameplay itself looks kind of choppy. And then you watch this, and it's like, holy shit. That's this almost seems like an entirely new game.
Yeah, no, it looks great. Yeah, I'm watching it right now. Holy shit.
It's almost like whenever they re-released Final Fantasy VIII, for whenever they came out with 8 remastered, where all they did was touch up the character models.
Right.
It almost seems like, man, this would have been just I think this would have made purchasing those games again just that much more worth it if they just made them 60 frames a second.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because now it's been proven that we can do it. You
can do it, guys.
These games are capable of playing 60 frames a second. And maybe sometimes every now and then it doesn't work totally well. But hey, there's that. That's probably really the only bit of gameplay news that I thought about talking about, Oh, wait, DJ, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, cool. Because I closed out of Discord and I didn't know if that closed out of our conversation. I got very scared.
I just remember this. The Bloodborne demake came out not too long ago.
That's true.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say a lot of good things about that.
Yeah, and it's not, it's not the full game.
No, it's not the full game. No.
I would never expect someone to actually.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought it would be like the entire game.
That would be crazy, but it's the fact that it's being released for free.
Yeah, no, there's no way they would do all that for free.
No.
Even this much is yeah.
Yeah, it got over. I think it said something like over 100,000 downloads.
I believe it.
Which is fucking impressive for just this free fan-made thing. I mean, it's a fan-made rendition of one of the more popular games to come out.
Right.
But it's still really impressive what they did. Guys, if y'all have not checked out the Bloodborne demake, somebody has recreated. I'm saying somebody. I should probably give them some credit. Hold on, Bloodborne. demake. So this was, oh man, it's just I type in Bloodborne demake and it's just.
No, I looked up. I looked up who made it. So it's by Lilith Walther, aka Boaster.
Hell yeah!
I guess his name is Boaster. So yeah, Lilith Walker made the Bloodborne demake. So go support him. It's good that he did that.
Yeah. It's all done in the style of a PlayStation 1 game.
Yeah, I know. So. And it looks very faithful. Looks great. I'll definitely get this eventually.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know what kind of PC specs you need to play this game. It is PC only, obviously.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, my computer cannot handle this.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it is it looks like a PS1 game. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe if you got a mid-tier laptop, it could, but,
maybe.
That recently came out, and it's getting a lot of praise. I think that maybe this is something we can talk about, too, because I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about kind of demakes or, HD 2D stuff. There's we've gotten a lot of different, graphical style of games. There's a lot of games out there that are taking very interesting art directions. That are not this big AAA photorealistic, way of making games.
Right.
And honestly, I would love to see more PS1 style games like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Whether or not they're remakes or demakes or whatever. Hell, dude, even if someone wanted to take an old like Super Nintendo game and remake it, but with PS1 graphics style.
Yeah, just make it like, doesn't need to be like new gen graphics. Just
yeah,
like
it doesn't have to be like
better.
Unreal Engine 5 or anything like that.
Yeah. That'd be tight, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the next little piece of news, me and you touched on it just for a second, but Shenmue, the animated series, is going to begin airing on February 5th.
Nice.
I own Shenmue 1 and 2. I got them whenever they were on sale on the PlayStation store for like, I think altogether it was like $6 for 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a chance to play them. I played them like via emulation many years ago, but it's really hard to emulate these like old Sega games. Like for some reason, their emulators for these old games just for some reason are needlessly complicated. At least compared to stuff like if you want to play Game Boy games.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know if this is a series that I would watch immediately. I think this is something that I would want to watch maybe once I played the game.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe I don't, depending on how good this is, I'll probably have to look at reception, like what people are saying about it.
Yeah, that's probably best, yeah.
But, you know, I might just skip playing the game altogether, because if this tells the story, fuck it. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah. I don't know. Are there any other kind of like... I feel like I haven't watched many anime based off video games. The only other one that I watched was The World Ends With You. I just watched the first episode. Are there any anime games that like
Dragon Quest
or game anime? Oh, that's right. Yeah, fucking Dragon Quest. Apparently
I'm sure there's more. That's very good.
Yeah,
but I'm sure there's more, but not off the top of my head.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, February 5th is tomorrow, so
True.
if you got cable, if you got Toonami, I guess let us know how that is.
Yeah.
And then the last little thing of news that I wanted to talk about, it's not really news. I just kind of wanted to mention this just so that people know that I know. But, Final Fantasy Origin, Stranger of Paradise, they released their final trailer. And I have not watched it, but...
Neither have I.
What's up?
I said neither have I, just to clarify, too.
Yeah, we have not watched this trailer. For me, though, I've talked about it on the show before, but man, they spent so much time in a lot of their other trailers revealing a lot about the story that I think I hear what they say in the trailers, and there's certain reveals or whatever that they reveal in the trailer, and I just know that for me personally, I know that I would have much more appreciated that reveal as I was playing through the video game.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
So, and it's not just this trailer. It's not just that, the last trailer that we got or whatever. Square Enix has done this with pretty much all of their fucking video games. Neo, The World Ends With You. There's been some spoilerific stuff in some of those trailers.
I remember when I saw that trailer, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, for real. And what was it? Final Fantasy 15. There was some pretty big reveals in those early trailers as well. And what's it called? Kingdom Hearts 3 as well. I remember just like, as much as I love Kingdom Hearts 3, I could not stop thinking, man, I just would have rather played this game and almost not watched a single fucking trailer for this game.
Yeah.
So, I'm done watching trailers for Stranger of Paradise because the game is coming out next month. I think I'm going to pick it up on PC. I know it's also on PS4 though as well, so I know we got a lot of options. It's coming out for PS5, PC, PS4, Xbox, and Xbox Series S and all that. Yeah, I'm in wait and see mode now. So okay. I think I don't know if I'll pre-order it, but I'll get it probably the week that it comes out, and I'll start playing it.
Tight.
But yeah. Okay. That's pretty much it for news. DJ, you mentioned this earlier. Pokemon Legends Arceus just came out like a few days ago.
Yeah, it did.
It's released for Nintendo Switch. Everyone out there, I'm sure if you're listening to this, maybe you've been playing it, maybe you're not a Pokemon fan. Maybe you are playing it for the first time as someone who's not a Pokemon fan, and maybe you've been a Pokemon fan for years. But this is a game that just came out. A lot of people are talking about it. I myself have not played the game. I've seen reviews. I've seen what people are saying about it online. But DJ, as one of my trusted buddies,
Hello.
I wanna know what you think. Tell me your experience with Pokemon. Tell me about the day that you went and got the game, the feelings, the emotions that you had. Tell me how this game is treating you.
So I guess to summarize it all real fast, it is definitely the best Pokemon game. Best new Pokemon game I've played recently. It's fantastic. I love mostly everything about it. I mean, there's some like little nitpicks here and there, but no, it's definitely the best Pokemon game I've played in a very long time. I bought it the day of. Like, me and Anthony, we made sure to like get it the morning of. We were like up at like around 8 a.m. and we went to the Walmart that was not too far from us, and they, of course, surprise, surprise, they had like none in stock. We was like, ah, shit. Damn. So we decided to go like to the next closest Walmart from us, and luckily they had like they were stocked up with a bunch of Legend of Arceus. They said like, oh shit, we have even more in the back. Like, oh fuck, okay.
Wow.
So we got our copy of Legend of Arceus, and like I was really like emotional or anything. I was just like, oh fuck yeah, I got the game finally.
Wait, real quick though, since you were at Walmart, by any chance was it cheaper?
Yeah, no, it is $10 cheaper at Walmart.
That's fucking wild to me. Anyways, continue.
No. I mean, the only reason I know that is because like I remember me and Anthony, we bought like the Diamond and Pearl remakes. We bought them. We downloaded the copies and stuff like that, and then a few days later we saw them at Walmart for $10 cheaper. And our buddy Eric told us like, yeah, dude, like the Nintendo games are like cheaper at Walmart. Like, fuck!
I'll never forget the time that COVID had just hit, and I was about to buy Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, fuck, I need a physical copy, but COVID hit and I can't go buy it anywhere. So I downloaded it, $60, and then I had to go to Walmart for something, and I saw that it was there a day before it came out and was $50.
Yeah, I remember you told me that. I was like, fuck, dude, damn.
Anyways, enough about that.
But yeah, so yeah, I got the game. I played a little bit the day of. Couldn't really play a whole bunch because I had to work not too long after that. And I was surprised with how the game, I won't spoil it, but I was surprised with how the game starts because I thought, yeah, no, I'm not going to say it. I was just surprised by how the game starts. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's a very...
Well, if it's the start of the game, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I'm okay
in the
with
start,
you.
Yeah.
Obviously,
spoilers,
don't say how the game ends or anything like that, or big plot
I have no
twists.
clue. Yeah, no. I have no clue how it ends.
Okay.
But how the game starts is it's like you're getting transported into the Hisuian world of the Sinnoh region. I thought it was like you're already in that world, but it's like you as like a modern person getting transported in that world, and your smartphone turns into like the Pokédex that you use. So I was like, oh shit, I didn't. They never like showed that at all in the trailers, so I was like, oh shit, I was surprised when I saw that. But yeah, no, the game is a lot of fun. It's pretty much just like, it's not 100% open world because pretty much just like you're in your main base, and then you're able to go to these like sections of the map that are like very big areas basically. So like how they did with Sword and Shield, where like you have this one giant area, but instead of just one giant area, they have like multiple different giant areas they can explore with like different variations and different Pokemon each one. But yeah, no, it's very good. I like being able to like just travel around and stuff like that. There's like a shit ton of side quests all over the place, and like how you go about, I guess, filling up your Pokedex is a lot different than other Pokemon games because, you know, normally you fill up your Pokedex by just catching a Pokemon. That's it. You're done.
Sure.
But with this game, with Legend of Arceus, you have to like, I guess, catch Pokemon multiple times and sort of like battle them a bunch of times, see them use certain moves and stuff like that, catch different sizes of the Pokemon, different genders, stuff like that. Like there's different things you have to do to like fill out your Pokedex, like different requirements for each Pokemon, like research tasks basically and stuff like that, which is pretty neat.
Sounds like a lot more like collectable requirements.
Yeah, it's sort of more like a collectible kind of thing going on with this game. But yeah, it's really cool. I do like how you actually can still sort of do trainer battles. They're not like, a bunch of just people roaming around waiting for you to walk up in front of them. It's like sort of like happens in the story mode where this dude's like, I want a battle, and then you sort of like go into a regular Pokemon battle and stuff like that. And it's cool how like you can actually sort of walk around as you're doing the battle and sort of make it more interactive and stuff like that. And you can sneak around and catch Pokemon. I love how too, like, because normally in a Pokemon game you sort of like do a random encounter and sort of like you're in this one field with this one Pokemon and stuff like that. But I mean, you can just go around and just like rapid fire catching Pokemon. Like I remember I was like just rapid fire catching a bunch of Bidoofs just like left and right. It was a lot of fun doing that. But yeah, I mean,
that's one gameplay implementation that I really appreciated about Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Just seeing the the Pokemon on the field. I guess Sword and Shield did the same thing, right?
Yeah, Sword and Shield did the same. Well, they had a little bit of both. They had some that you can see, some that was like hidden. And then in Brilliant Diamond, they went back to the traditional like hidden random encounters.
Sure, they did like the more 1-to-1 style remake.
Yeah. They did that, yeah. But I mean, I'm not. I mean, besides, if you have any questions, I don't really know what else to say about the game. It's just really fucking good, and I'm having a great time.
So with catching Pokemon, you can kind of see them on the field, right?
Yeah. And, so you can like choose to go into battle with them or not. You can like get behind them and sort of like catch them or not. But like, and certain Pokemon, they have like certain things about them. Like some Pokemon, like they're just chill about it. They don't care if you like get in front of them. Other Pokemon, they like if they see you, they'll try to run away. Other Pokemon, if they see you, they'll like attack you and stuff like that.
Have you encountered any Pokemon where the only way that you can capture them is like pretty much they'll run away from you every single time that they see you, unless maybe you can kind of lure them to you? Is there any sort of
you can
play with that?
Yeah, you can like sort of drop some items right next to them. They'll like try to get that like, ooh, food.
Oh, okay.
And they'll get distracted.
Kind of sneak attack.
So that way. Yeah. Sort of like
cool.
Sort of sneak attack. Yeah. And it's cool
Very
too.
nice.
Like if you want to get into battle with some Pokemon, you can just throw your Pokemon at them on the head, and they'll like become dazed and stuff like that. So you have like an opportunity to have your first strike and stuff like that, which is pretty cool.
Okay. Nice.
And I definitely like
so
how
whenever you start a battle, there's no like.
No.
Okay.
No, there's none of that like long setting up like, oh, you're about to fight this Pokemon. Just like, all right, you're battling.
Okay, cool.
And battles do not take long at all, which is great.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so I know in a game like Tales of Arise, you see your enemies on the field, and it's like a 3D movement action RPG. So you can kind of get like a first strike, I'm pretty sure. But even still, once you come into contact with that enemy, then you're kind of like very quickly transported, not like into an arena, but just kind of like the tides of battle start, Yeah. And you can still just run around and all that. But when the enemy's dead, I don't think you like change screens or anything like that.
No.
But in this game, just like any other sort of open world, you just see an enemy and you can battle that one right then and there.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice. That's cool.
And even too, like literally just happening right now. I'm mostly playing it as we're talking about it. Like when you catch if you like get into a battle with a Pokemon, it's possible that like if you're too close to another Pokemon, then you're in a double battle where like it's your Pokemon against two other Pokemon, which literally just happened to me. Like my Quilava just got murked by these two Murkrows. Like, oh well, shit.
Wow. They call them Murkrows.
This game is hard sometimes. Yeah.
So one of the things that I have seen a lot of contention about online is the visuals of the video game. I kind of want to get your opinion because from what I personally have seen, like the game obviously looks like the gameplay looks incredible. It's like you had said, and just even as someone who has not played this game, but I've played other ones, this does look like the most fun Pokemon game.
Yeah.
The gameplay looks fantastic, but I'm seeing lots and lots of screenshots and lots of just, footage here and there of just like the terrain and stuff. And from my perspective, it looks very bland. Like the textures look really muddy, a lot of repetition, a lot of just flat surface area. Like I've seen videos too of people like flying in the sky, and like they'll see like a big Pokemon on the ground, but it's moving at like 5 frames a second.
Yeah, there's been a couple of those.
Okay, so kind of give me your thoughts on the visuals of this game.
I mean, for me, I don't mind it. I mean, yeah, like graphically, it definitely looks a little worse than say like Sword and Shield and stuff like that. Okay. But I mean, for me personally, like I don't mind it a whole lot. I think it looks fine. I mean, I never expected this game to like look super graphically impressive and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, for me personally, it's not that big of a deal. Like as long as the gameplay is extremely like fun, I can get past like the graphics not being super amazing. I mean, they're not terrible, but yeah, they could be a lot better, but they're fine to me.
I think I look at it from the lens of, okay, obviously Pokemon has never been this thing designed to be like the most graphically hardware pushing game on the system or whatever. Yeah. But at the same time, Pokemon is the most profitable brand in the world. In the world, DJ.
No, I believe it. Yeah, I know.
Pokemon has more money than we could ever even think of what to do with.
100%.
Nintendo has proven that they can make big, complex feeling and looking open world games run very well on the Nintendo Switch. Sure, there's some pop-in on like Breath of the Wild, for instance, but that game looks fucking awesome. Especially for the system that it's running. I kind of look at it from the lens of like, guys, there is no reason, I really feel like there is no reason whatsoever that they cannot put money into making a very, very good-looking Pokemon game. Not saying that this looks bad.
Yeah, no.
But man,
just because they know that people are gonna buy it regardless.
That's true.
Yeah.
You said there it is, guys. They're gonna buy it regardless.
But I mean, with this one, it's a little bit more acceptable because this game is definitely a lot different from like your standard Pokemon game. Like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, like that one was a little bit less excusable, and Sword and Shield too, of just like them being lazy because the whole controversy with Sword and Shield originally, how like, oh yeah, we're not gonna have all the Pokemon in the game because we're trying to make the graphics and animations better, which was complete horseshit.
Yeah, and they like reused all the animations and shit.
Yeah. Like they were terrible. Like that was definitely like inexcusable. But this one, it's a little bit more acceptable, I think, because it's very different from your standard Pokemon game.
Gotcha. I'm looking forward to playing this game. Like I want to own this one. I also just look at things like this, and I almost, it's hard for me to separate like the shadiness from the company.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
Like I trust and believe that they want to make a fun Pokemon game for people, and I think that they did. I think that they absolutely made a game that people love playing. But whenever I see people talking about the visuals of the game, I like fully understand where people's frustration comes, because I also look at it too like, come on guys, y'all are like the most fucking profitable business in the world. One of them at least. Make your game look cool.
Come on guys.
Okay, so you talked a little bit about the story. Is there anything else that you can say that's not super spoilerific about the story? What do you like about it?
I kind of like how, because throughout the game you sort of see a bunch of characters who are pretty much just like, I guess the ancestors of a lot of characters from the different Pokemon games. Like you see mainly ancestors from, the Sinnoh games and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But you also see some from like Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 5, which is pretty neat.
Ooh, I mean, the story has like Pokemon from all over the place.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's not just Gen 4, which is nice. It's like a mixture between it, Gen 1 and Gen 5, sort of like spliced in there, which is pretty cool. I mean, the story is, no Pokemon game has ever had like an amazing story, but this one's pretty neat. It's sort of just like, I guess, explaining the origin of how, I guess, because the region is called Hisui before it was called Sinnoh. Like this is sort of like how it became known as like the Sinnoh region and stuff like that, which I think is pretty neat, and like sort of explains the lore of the legendary Pokemon Arceus, Palkia, and Dialga and stuff like that, which is pretty cool.
Wow.
So
Nice.
it's not like a amazing story, which I never expected it to be, but it's kind of neat. It's kind of interesting. Definitely way more interesting than like fucking Sword and Shield or Sun and Moon, because those games I really didn't fucking care about the stories for those ones.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree with you. Pokemon stories have never been, that's not why people play the games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why some people play the game for sure.
Some people,
but, but for the most part, you're there to collect Pokemon, fight other people. Like it's a gameplay first kind of game, which I really like. So it's really encouraging for me to hear, or for me to hear from you that this is the best Pokemon game to play.
Oh, definitely.
I truly think that whenever Sword and Shield were coming out, I think this is what a lot of people were expecting.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's funny too, even because last night I was playing it and Brandon was watching me. He was sort of like a little sort of like on and off. I was like, I don't know if I should get this game or not. So I had him play a little bit of it, and then he bought it. And then he was off today. He's literally just been playing nothing but Legends of Arceus.
Okay, so he picked it up. Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, this is one for me, man. I'm just mostly. Oh gosh, it got really dark in the video version of this podcast. Hello everyone.
Well, no.
Sorry it's so dark. Yeah, I think I will. I think I will pick it up. Right now, it's just kind of like, well, I got some bills that I need to pay first.
Oh,
we
yeah,
just
no,
got
those are more
done
important,
paying for some really big purchases. I think I will buy the game very soon. But I also really want to play like Diamond and Ruby or Diamond and Pearl first.
Yeah, no, you should. They're definitely fun. I enjoyed those. They're definitely a lot quicker than if you played the original DS version.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, cool. So you have not finished the game, correct?
No, no, not at all. I mean, because usually for me, whenever I play video games, I never I can't play like more than 2 hours at a time. I just get, even if like the game is fun itself, like after a while I'm just like, all right, I want to do something different. Unless I'm like about to beat the game, then I'm like, all right, let's focus, let's beat this motherfucker no matter how long it takes. But usually I just play like about an hour and a half a day and stuff like that. So Anthony, though, he's like, fuck, he's way farther than me. And Brandon, he's like close to being where I'm at. So
okay. So they're just plowing through the story.
Yeah, they're plowing through, yeah. But I'm like,
right on.
I don't even know how far I am. I want to say like probably what, like 25% done maybe? I have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it's not like a traditional game where it's like, you go through the 8 gyms and stuff like that. It's like there are no gym leaders in this game. You just fight a bunch of Pokemon. Because like the whole thing is like there's all these Pokemon that are being corrupted and stuff like that, and you're trying to like soothe them and fix them. And so far I've been like 2 of them. I have no idea how many there are in total, but yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Whew. Okay, so what do you think is the big like attraction here? Let's say like I'm not a Pokemon fan. I like RPGs, but for some reason I've never really been attached to Pokemon. Or I like action games and stuff. Why should I pick up this game? Sell me, bro.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe I feel like it's a little bit more accessible solely because of the fact that it's like not a traditional turn-based game. I feel like, from my perspective, I feel like turn-based games aren't as
they're slow.
Like, yeah,
they're
slow. Like
compared to a game like obviously Final Fantasy VII, great game. Final Fantasy VII Remake, though, if you've never played either of those today in 2022, the one that you're probably gonna want to play more is probably gonna be the remake because it's a lot more fast paced. Yeah,
it's more accessible, more fast paced. Like I feel like if I put, because I mean, even though I love Leaf Green, for me personally, that's my favorite Pokemon game of all time. I think objectively, Legend of Arceus is way better and stuff like that. And if I were to put those two games next to each other, people would probably most likely pick Legends of Arceus just because it's more open world, it's more action oriented and stuff like that. You can sort of free roam more rather than just like you slowly walking into these very slow battles and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
So I think the fact that it's open world in general makes it more that's for like I feel like its biggest selling point in my opinion. Probably it's hard to really pinpoint it, but I guess because that's probably what it is. Just, you know, a lot of people always dreamed of like a more open world kind of Pokemon game, and this delivered on it pretty well in my opinion.
Yeah, I think from what I can tell too, I think a lot of people out there who are not Pokemon fans, I think should absolutely give this one a look, because like you've been explaining, it is the most different.
Mm-hmm.
Like the combat completely different, exploration totally different, the focus of the story, it's fairly, you know, takes a much more of a different direction than other Pokemon games.
Yeah.
I think for all of the big boxes that people, you know, look for when trying to find a game that they want to play, I think that this game has enough different about it that it's worth like haters of Pokemon to give a look, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like I've always noticed how spin-off series of a lot of different franchise I enjoy way more than the original series. Like another spin-off series of Pokemon, the Mystery Dungeon games. Like I fucking love those a lot.
I still need to play those too.
You should. Yeah, they're very good. I mean, I've only played like 2 of them. The one for the Game Boy Advance many times, and then the one for the DS.
You picked up the remake too, right?
Yeah. I beat the remake. Yeah.
Cool.
That was a lot of fun too. And the remake too, that was great because there was a lot new stuff added onto it that made it a original experience, which I appreciated. But yeah, no, I've come to notice that like spin-off games I enjoy way more than like the original series, which is nice.
That might be a good topic for later on. Like, what are some game series out there where the spin-offs are the main attraction for you?
Yeah. True.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, dude, thank you so much for giving us your thoughts and all that good stuff. I hope that anybody who's listening to this who maybe was on the fence about it might be pushed a little bit more. I know.
I could just imagine someone just like, man, fuck Pokemon Legends of Arceus. That game sucks. And then they watch the podcast like, yeah, maybe I should get Pokemon Legends.
Yeah, I should give this a try. Man, changed my mind. Wow.
Changed my mind.
that Steven Crowder meme where it's like Pokemon Legends is the best or the worst Pokemon. Changed my mind. Just play them this video or this podcast.
Yeah. Also, too, another thing that I really enjoy that I can appreciate too. There's 2 things like in terms of the animation, like. Both the animation of your character itself, because normally in Pokemon games, like the character that you create is very stoic, has like no expression, stuff like that. But in this game, they actually like give the character some expression, stuff like that. So it's like, okay, that's pretty neat. And also too, like the battle animations, like that you can actually see your monster doing the thing and stuff like that, and they have like certain signature moves, which is really cool. So
yeah,
they definitely improved on that, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that this was probably their grand experiment for 100%. The direction of Pokemon going forward.
Definitely. I hope they continue with this style.
I imagine that what I was talking about earlier with all of the critiques visually, I imagine that it's only going to go uphill from here, you know?
Yeah.
It only makes sense.
Definitely.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much the big topic that I wanted to discuss today.
The big boy.
I guess before we completely get out of here, though, I know we do have a suggestion for question of the week. This is a good one. One Pin Tones, he did our last suggested one, the one that we asked, or the one that we read the answers to last week. He asked if there was any games that we regret buying. This week, so if y'all are in the Discord or watching on YouTube or on Twitter or, you know, anywhere, go ahead and leave your answers to this one. He asks, what is your favorite RPG trope and why? Just as an example, RPG trope, there's, you know, the trope of basically a trope if you need help defining an RPG
if you need
trope.
Help.
Yeah, if you need help knowing what the fuck he's talking about. Basically, a trope is like, this is a common thing that you'll see in lots of RPGs.
Yeah.
one thing, for instance, the character waking up. Like the game starts with your main character. Yeah, that's my favorite one. Wow. Maybe like their parents are dead, or maybe you start the game off and then 20 minutes into playing the game, their town burns down, and now you're going. That's one of the kickstarting motivations for the main character.
Hey, Gavin, is it okay if I spoil the beginning of Breath of the Fire?
Oh gosh, I need to. Oh yeah. Okay,
you literally just explained the beginning of Breath of Fire.
Oh gosh. Okay, so thank you, One Pintones. That's the question of the week. What is your favorite RPG trope and why?
Yeah.
And since DJ just mentioned it too, Breath of Fire. So I brought this up to DJ. I think this might be a cool idea, and I want to know what people think about this as well. If you follow on Twitter, if you watch on YouTube, if you're in the Discord, please let me know. Let me know what you think about this. If you have suggestions for how we could kind of put a twist on this, or if you have a suggestion for a game that we can play, let me know, and let DJ know as well. But I brought to DJ the idea of maybe doing sort of a like a retro corner, like a retro rewind corner. I don't really have a name for this, but I hope that maybe to help add a little bit of variety to the podcast, and maybe add something that could be a weekly segment, maybe a bi-weekly segment, who knows. I want to maybe, while we're playing all of these new games that are coming out, we also like to, go back and play some older games, some games that we missed, maybe some games that we loved whenever we were younger, but we're revisiting again. But just some retro games. And thankfully, the Nintendo Switch has a very easy function to it, where if you're a Nintendo Switch Online member, you can go back and you can play old school NES games, Super Nintendo games. Now you can play Nintendo 64 games and Sega Genesis games and stuff like that. One game that I brought up to DJ, it's just a game that I've never played before. It's a beloved RPG franchise that went on for many years afterwards, is Breath of Fire. If you have a Super Nintendo, or sorry, I guess if you have a Super Nintendo, it's a Super Nintendo game. But if you are a Nintendo Switch Online member, this is an RPG available to play if you have Nintendo Switch Online. And this isn't something that I would rule exclusively to. It has to be on Nintendo Switch Online, or else we're not going to play it. DJ and I both own plenty of retro video games. And we also, if we don't currently own it, we have means of playing old school retro games and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hell yeah. So if there is a game or a game series, or, just kind of like an old retro game, maybe just that we can spend a few minutes every episode kind of giving our impressions on it, kind of doing a slow, review of whatever said game is. Go ahead and just let us know what game you want us to check out. Maybe if it's a game that's really short, or something we don't have to be like, maybe only play it for an hour or something, maybe 2 hours, just to kind of, if you just want to hear our impressions of an old school retro RPG or video game of any kind, I guess. Go ahead and just let us know. We definitely want to be playing more games. We want to be talking about them more and getting more involved with y'all, the fans of these video games. So, and it's also, DJ mentioned Breath of Fire. That's what I'm also going to be playing as well. I haven't started it yet, but it doesn't always have to be the same game. DJ could be playing one game. I could be playing another one. If you just if the segment of the show is, we both spend about 5 to 10 minutes just talking about, here's how I'm enjoying this game. Like, here's some stuff that happened in the game. I like the way that this is happening, in this game, or how they do this. It doesn't have to be the same game that we're playing, but I think we decided kind of right now to start off with, we're going to be playing Breath of Fire. So maybe in the next episode, we'll have a little bit more to talk about. I'm still, playing Octopath Traveler, trying to finish that one up pretty soon, and moving on to 13 Sentinels, finishing that one, and then hopping back on Twitch to play more Final Fantasy Tactics. So that's pretty much it. DJ, real quick though, do you want to plug all your shit?
Sure.
You got very far from the mic.
Yeah, no, I did. I was putting something away.
Okay, cool.
So hi, I'm DJ. I have my own YouTube channel called Mushroom Man, which is a anime review channel where I talk about and make fun of a bunch of different anime. Currently, I'm going through a series where I talk about One Piece and stuff like that, and I'm starting a new thing, or trying to, where I talk about and review the latest episode of One Piece that comes out, stuff like that. And if you can follow me on my socials, on Instagram at Mushy Squishy and on Twitter at Mushy4Squishy. And I have my own podcast called the Ramen Stand Podcast, where we talk about anime and stuff like that. Kind of haven't really been focused on that one, mainly because I'm trying to get this one video done for my channel. It's like a very, very big project that we've been working on for months. Hopefully coming out Wednesday of next week. That is the goal. I'm almost done with that. But yeah, that's all my stuff.
Okay. Real quick though, how has that I really enjoyed your little short video. Just talking about the most recent episode that came out of One Piece.
It was very jarring to talk about, going from my arc reviews of talking like old One Piece, like episode 65 or something like that, going all the way to episode 1000. It felt very weird to talk about current One Piece.
Yeah. How do you think that maybe helped your channel out? Just kind of doing some current stuff? At
first, it didn't, because as soon as I uploaded it, I immediately lost like 6 subscribers.
Whoa.
But compared to 1,000, it's not that big of a deal. But for me, I was like,
sure,
fuck.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like shit for a little bit. Plus, too, like I was trying way too hard to get that video up like the day of, which I shouldn't have done that. That was a terrible idea. I only got like 3 hours of sleep because of that. I shouldn't have done that, because like at first I was like, all right, the episodes come out our time at 6:30 p.m. on Japanese TVs. So my goal was to try. Originally, I was like, all right, let me get this video out on Monday. And then I was like, okay, let me try to get the video out Sunday. Then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me try to get the video out like Saturday night, like not too long after it comes out. So like I'm scripting it. And luckily it's easy too, because like I can just go based off the manga, because the episodes are based off of the manga chapter for the most part. Like there was some deviation a little bit, because I saw that they like took out the beginning scene of the chapter that the episode adapted, and they're obviously going to put it in the next episode that's coming out pretty soon. So it's not too hard to script it, because like it's literally only one episode that I have to look at, and plus I'm not doing like what. Never mind, I'm getting off track. That's weird. Like the thing that was hard about it was that like I'm competing with the reaction channels that are like uploading these literally like 10-20 minutes after the episode comes out, versus me where like I'm doing a more scripted comedic review of it, which takes more time to make and stuff like that. So like literally as I was like working on the video, like I already saw like 5 reaction videos uploaded like 20 minutes later. I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, I can't compete with these reaction channels. So I'm not even gonna bother trying to compete with it. I'm just gonna try to like, I guess, push my channel up a little bit to touch the algorithm's little noodle and stuff like that. Try to make these videos, but not, I guess, kill myself trying to make these. Just upload them.
Absolutely.
Like Monday or something like that and stuff like that. So that's what I'm trying to do. But initially it did. I felt kind of shitty because it didn't seem like it did well. But a lot of people from my subscribers loved it, and then eventually I gained those 6 subscribers back. Plus I gained 3 new ones. So
shit,
that's pretty neat. So I appreciate that. So overall it does seem to be doing pretty well. So I'll continue with it a couple more times. Yeah, on top of the stuff that I'm already doing.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny though that you say You lost those subscribers and then you started feeling pretty bad. Even in understanding in the grand scheme of how many subscribers you currently have and the number that you lost at that point in time, it's like, it's such realistically, I mean, it doesn't feel insignificant, but like you take a step back and you're like, fuck those 6 guys, whatever,
Yeah,
that's
in a way, yeah.
Just kind of brush it off your shoulder,
True.
But at the same time, it can definitely be, you can get 100 comments on a video that's like, I love what you're doing, like you're so fucking funny, and then maybe you'll get like 2 or 3 guys who are like, what a disgrace, like you're not even funny, they just say shit like that. And then that's the stuff that we focus on.
Yeah, that's what sticks. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's yeah. Thankfully, though, I mean, it's good. We get worked up. We get kind of antsy about that sort of stuff. We take some time to breathe, and then we come back, stronger than ever. Like,
100%.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I gotta remind ourselves that we definitely do have plenty of people who love what we do and support us. And not worry too much about the people who shit on us and just like, this guy sucks. Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of hard not to.
Yeah. And sometimes, dude, honestly, sometimes you need to hear it. Maybe everyone will say, something really encouraging to you, and then there will be one guy who says a bunch of discouraging things, but maybe there's one thing in there maybe that was true that you actually could be working on, Obviously, I would prefer it just be constructive criticism instead of just fuck you. But sometimes we do need to say, well, what can I be doing better? And
I mean, that's honestly one of the reasons why I started doing these types of videos, because at first I was just like, man, I'm not, because my channel for a while has been kind of stagnant and stuff like that. I was like, man, I'm not sure what to do. And then I talked to somebody on Reddit, on like a subreddit, about like what I should do and stuff like that. And they were pretty much talking about how like the main problem for me with my channel is that I need to have more of a genre focus, because the original focus for my channel was talking about 3 different genres, like doing comedic reviews of movies, anime, and video games. Yeah. Which at first I was like, maybe we should hold off on the movies and stuff like that, because the last one that I did, the Nightmare on Elm Street, that one was definitely my worst video performance-wise at the time, which I was like, oh, well, shit, I guess I should probably stop, wasting time making a video that clearly isn't going to do well. So I was like, all right, let's do just anime and games. Mostly anime, but every now and then games. Yeah. So I was doing that, and then the dude was talking about like how, if you do that, then it's just like, if you, Dragon's Dogma, my series, for example, like if you do that, then people who wanted One Piece are going to like potentially unsubscribe because they're seeing all this Dragon's Dogma stuff. And then if you upload One Piece, all those people who were expecting Dragon's Dogma are going to unsubscribe because they thought they were going to get some Dragon's Dogma. So I was like, well, I guess that's true. Shit. So I decided, you know what? Let me just, for now, I mean, I would love to eventually talk about and make fun of different movies and video games and stuff like that. But I guess for now, it would be best for me to just focus on anime, and specifically with that, doing mostly One Piece. But again, I don't want to do just One Piece, because I feel like if I do that, I'm going to get stuck with it. And then like, I'm going to end up hating One Piece because I'm going to have to talk about nothing but it, which I would hate for that to happen, because I love
that's One Piece. A fine line.
Yeah. So that's sort of the thing that I'm doing. Just like, I'm just an anime channel for now, mainly focusing on One Piece, but deviate every once in a while and do that. So that's sort of my plan now with my channel, just to do that.
Okay. Very cool. Right on. Okay, so I'm glad you got to kind of talk about that for a little bit. I know that stuff's very interesting to me, so I hope that other people who listen to the show are also interested in, that sort of stuff. I like talking about projects and stuff that we're working on. That's definitely why I like to open up the show talking about the games that we're playing outside of this. So, but yeah. Oh, and guys, too. Speaking of just kind of discussing what's kind of going on, March 3rd. So, a little less than exactly 1 month from today that we are recording this. That will mark the 1-year anniversary of the Overleveled podcast.
Nice.
Hell yeah. So, I've kind of been thinking, very, very lightly, just trying to think of some ideas that what can we do? What can we do to celebrate our 1-year anniversary? We'll definitely be coming at you with a podcast episode. Me and DJ have talked a little bit about some things that we would like to do. But I did ask in the Discord as well if there are any suggestions that other people have. One of the members of our Discord, Hailfront, he came in with a really good suggestion. I think we'll try to definitely incorporate, anything that y'all want to see. We'll try to incorporate as much as we can, and we'll try to do things to the best of our ability. We'll just we're here to have a good time. We want to celebrate. I'm so unbelievably grateful for the little community that we do have.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
All that good stuff, all that sappy shit. But yeah, be thinking, guys. We have a little less than a month before we're going to be recording our 1-year anniversary episode. So if you got any suggestions, stuff you want to hear, stuff you want to see on the YouTube side of things, let us know. Hop in our Discord, tweet at us, all that good shit. You can follow us on Twitter at overleveledcast. That's where I am on Twitter. That I just that's the overleveled Twitter, but that's kind of how I use a personal Twitter as well. I'm not all over the place on Twitter or anything. I'm just kind of using it to get to know people and to connect to people and talk to fans and make friends and stuff like that. So you can definitely follow us over there. DJ, what's your Twitter?
At mushy4squishy.
Nice. Like the number 4?
Yes.
Cool. So you can follow us over on Twitter. You can also email us. You can ask us questions or just, write nice emails or mean emails. Don't do it, but you can, I guess.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you legally can.
That is that you can email us. That is overleveledpodcast@gmail.com. Like I've also mentioned too, we have our Discord. I listened back to our last episode that we did, and I started talking about the Discord, but I was using the word Patreon. I was like, please, like everyone, I want to see more people in our Patreon. But as cool as that would be, just replace the word Patreon with Discord. I want to see more people in the Discord. Not that I don't want to see people at the Patreon, but that is not nearly as important to me as just having a community of people talking to each other.
Give me money, please.
Please give me your $1 a month at least. Anyways, we also do have that Patreon as well. That is, contrary to what we just said, not much of a priority.
Right.
Right now, our Patreon is simply a way that if you feel so led to monetarily support myself and just kind of the growth of this channel, that is the most direct way that you can do that. But if not, that's totally fine. We don't even have any like tiers yet. We might have some goals in the future with Patreon and all that, but for right now, it's simply just an option on the side. No biggie if you can't do it. But we do, right now I feel like the bread and butter here is the Discord chat and the YouTube channel. Hello everyone, if you're watching on YouTube. Not super interesting stuff. You just kind of see me for right now, but hopefully in the future we can get DJ a webcam or something. Maybe we'll do some in-person things. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, nod, nod. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode, guys. DJ.
Yeah.
Hit him with it.
Bro, if you don't get Pokemon Legends of Arceus right now, like, what are you even doing with your life? I bet your mom probably hates you.
Some good encouragement.